warm welcome, everybody. This seems to be my personal favorite segment, and that is, of course, Best Benched 11 of the Week. The players who are good, but unfortunately, because of the combination, they haven't been able to get an opportunity in playing 11. But let me tell you, they have got a place in our playing 11. And I will start with the openers, of course, and then come to the middle order. Let's start with the openers, of course. Yashasvi Jaiswal, a young talent who was expected to play all 14 games for Rajasthan, but unfortunately, he performed at the start. He was given an opportunity in the middle, but couldn't utilize it. But even then, he is that prospect which is for future, and that's the reason the young left-hander is in our side. The second one, I was expecting Manan Vora to get an opportunity. He has performed so well for Punjab in past Indian T20 league seasons, but unfortunately playing for Rajasthan, it's been two editions and he hasn't got an opportunity yet. The third player also comes from Rajasthan. His name is David Miller. Was expecting him to get more opportunities. He was included in the side for the first game of the tournament for Rajasthan, but after that, he hasn't been able to get an opportunity thereafter. He seems to be a very good prospect in the middle overs and can be utilized properly. I think he did well for Punjab in a few seasons, in a few games, but hasn't been able to get an opportunity in Rajasthan. Then, of course, Siddesh Lord. Everybody is expecting a lot out of this name. So many times we have heard that give Siddesh Lord an opportunity. He hasn't got in the playing 11, of course, but here he has got an opportunity. The number four batsman. His domestic side is, of course, Mumbai, and he performs really well. And then, of course, Moeen Ali. Lot was expected out of Moeen Ali, but because of the combination, Chris Morris seems to be doing well. Isuru Odana, then of course AB de Villiers. Everybody seems to be contributing. Aaron Finch as well. That's the reason Moeen Ali has to sit out. But he is a very, very good all-rounder, and that's the reason he's the number five in the list. For the remainders, how about you, Braj? You take over.
Yes, you've already started the list of all-rounders. Continuing, we'll pick Abhishek Sharma. He was also a very good prospect for Hyderabad, but again, due to some combinations, as they needed a better batsman in the middle order, they first picked Vijay Shankar, and then they went with Shahbaz Nadeem because they needed a proper left-arm spinner. So Abhishek Sharma has been sitting out because he does a bit of both batting and bowling. So they've now picked specialists instead of Abhishek Sharma. Mahipal Lomra, another example. Rajasthan needed to ramp up their batting. That's why they picked Riyan Parag. He also delivered a match-winning performance in one game along with Rahul Tewatia. So Mahipal Lomra unfortunately had to sit out after a good performance in his first game. James Pattinson, he's also very unfortunate as Nathan Coulter-Nile was directly picked as the moment he recovered from his injury. James Pattinson was playing with very high intensity. He was also in scorching form. I think he looked really good. He was nailing whatever he wanted to bowl, also picking up wickets. Another player who was very unfortunate to miss out from the Mumbai outfit. Mayank Markande, a very, very tidy leg spinner. Bowls really well, good action, soothing action, gives a rip to the ball. But again, because of the Rajasthan playing 11, he hasn't been able to grab a spot in their 11 because they already have Shreyas Gopal who's operating well. Rahul Tewati, of course, we won't talk we won't want to talk much about him because he does the talking himself with bat and ball. Imran Tahir, purple cap holder last year, you would have expected that he would have automatically got a place in the Chennai side. But first, because of the pitches, then because of the combinations, and then because of merely Dwayne Bravo, Imran Tahir had to sit out. Anukul Roy will be another guy who might have deserved a place in the side, but Mumbai has so many stars in their side. Anukul Roy has been picked for the sole reason that he's been fielding instead of one player or the other in the Mumbai side, and he's probably the 12th man for Mumbai, so why not a place in the benched 11? He does deserve it. He also picked a great catch in his last game, has fielded fairly well. He's a gun bowler. So that's our best bench 11. Let me repeat it for you once. Yashasvi Jaiswal, Manan Vora at the top of the order. The middle order starts
David Miller,
Warner Siddesh Lad, goes down to Moeen Ali and Abhishek Sharma, continuing to Mahipal Lomror. Then our proper bowlers: James Pattinson, Mayank Markande, Imran, Tahir, and Anukul Roy. This team also looks fairly good. I think they've got a lot of firepower in them, but because they've not stepped onto the field this week, this is our benched 11. You also will get a chance to create your benched 11. So do create a benched 11 in your own minds. And also, we'll see you next week with another segment of Best Benched 11. Till then, goodbye. Keep watching Sports Tiger.